All right, well, welcome everybody. Happy Saturday. You are in for a treat today. We have a very special guest with us. And for those of you that haven't already seen my background, I am in Vegas for the Super Bowl, and I am staying at the Fontainebleau, and I am across the street from Resorts World. So that is where we will be in a few months, Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So you can actually get a glimpse of where the headquarters for Bright Life will be this summer for our first ever international convention, biggest hotel in Vegas, and we're taking it over. So definitely exciting to be here today and have that as our background. I need to give you a couple of very important announcements before we get into our training content for today. And like I said, you're in for a treat. You're going to love today's training, and you're going to get a break from me. Obviously, you hear from me usually, so today you've got a very special guest. But if you didn't already see, we went live with Free Life this week. It's in the interface, and there was a lot of excitement and buzz. We are also working on some new features and changing a couple of things on the interface. It did go live this week, but there was one issue when we went to the live servers. We created a mechanism that would not charge the cards for the people that were the newly qualified two and frees that had been influencers over this time period. And when that mechanism was put in the system, it did not cancel out the billings that were already scheduled. So it won't affect the ones going forward, but for this week, until they have this patched, if you got charged for your membership this week, there was about 16 people that it was all that affected. You will be refunded. It's already been processed. So they're working on a patch for that. But what happened was the system canceled the future billings, but the new feature didn't go in and cancel the one that had already been scheduled for this month for the people that were influencers that now are on the two and free program. So just a little minor technology glitch, and it's already been rectified, and those people have already been refunded. But if you had somebody that got charged in the last few days since we went live with that was an influencer that now is under the new two and free program, they've already been refunded. So that was done yesterday. So if it hasn't already hit your account, it probably will Monday, Tuesday at the latest. And our apologies for that, but it was something that we couldn't see until we went to the live servers and actually were in a live environment. It's already canceled out the future billings if you're qualified, but the ones that were scheduled for this week before we flipped the switch did not get canceled out. So like I said, less than 20 people affected, but did want to let you know that if somebody asks or brings it up or mentions it to you, it's already been resolved and already been taken care of. So just wanted to let you know that. And then the other thing is that this week was one of our biggest sales weeks in history. We're trying to go back and look at some of the historical data, probably our biggest week in company history. Things are exploding. Things are rocking with the mentorship program. We've had people hit multiple ranks in the mentorship program. Don't forget, you can still plug into the mentorship. Our next mentorship call will not be until Monday. Because as you remember, this Saturday training takes the place of our daily mentorship call when we do this on Saturday. So there's never a Saturday night call. And then tomorrow, we are not doing any calls tomorrow night. So there will be no corporate call, there will be no presentation, and there will be no mentorship tomorrow night for Super Bowl. And so that the regularly scheduled activities will start up again on Monday. And so today we're using this as a little bit of a corporate update call. This is obviously being recorded. It'll be put up in the back office immediately today with these announcements that I just made. So making sure you tell your people to get on this and watch this. And trust me, they're going to want to get the content that you're about to get from this training. And then the other thing is that we've had a ton of people purchase tickets for Vegas, for the pool party, for the golf VIP party, and for the training. And we've had a lot of people book rooms. One of the things that I would ask you to do is, for those of you that have confirmed your tickets to Vegas, confirmed your rooms to Vegas, please post in the Bright Life group, okay, not the AdTech message group, not the Bright Life page. Please post, I'm going to Vegas, okay, and put your receipt for your tickets or your room booking if you booked your room, but put, I'm going to Vegas, and everybody put that in the Everybody put that in the Bright Life group. We want to see who's committed, who's going. We want everybody excited about that event. So I'm going to Vegas. Screenshot your hotel booking if you're staying at Conrad right there, or if you're staying at Crockford's, or if you're staying at Resorts World at Hilton, please post your receipt in the group wherever you're staying and say I'm going to Vegas. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring on our very special guest. We've got people still piling in here. It's, God works in amazing ways. If it wasn't for God, I would have never met this guy. It's a crazy story that I'll share with you really quick as I'm bringing him on and making him co-host. But a lot of you know that I had Airbnbs all over Texas and Mexico and the yacht in the Bahamas when I took time out of the industry. And this gentleman actually rented one of my houses on the lake, one of the biggest houses I have, for a training weekend, a creator weekend with some of his content creators. He runs one of the largest TikTok agencies on the planet, and his name is Wes, and his business partner's name is Wes. And so it was so crazy because my employees who helped check them in at the house, they were like, "Oh, your name is Wes," and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And they're like, "We're training people on TikTok." And they're like, "Oh, wait, the Wes who owns this house is in sales and marketing and has written a book." In fact, they gave him a copy of my book because I had my books there stored in the storage building at the house, because we have all of my tools for all my real estate company and everything were on this property. And so I didn't even meet them. My employees did. And because their names were Wes and they were doing this like motivational, entrepreneur weekend at the lake house, they were like, "Y'all need to meet our Wes." And they were like, "Well, yeah, and we want to meet him." And so we connected. These guys are literally the spitting image of the people that I've grown up with in sales and business and entrepreneurship, and I think it's so refreshing to see people that have this type of drive and motivation, because the younger generation, in my opinion, this is a little bit of a lost art, and they are inspiring and motivating the younger generation. He dropped everything and came to Texarkana with me this week on short notice, like basically no notice, left his wife and kids at home. His wife is also amazing, rock star at business, and is going to be helping lead their team in Bright Life as well. But he messaged me. He's like, "I'm from Texarkana." I'm like, "Well, let's go, come." And so he had more guests at the event in Texarkana than anybody, and he's running his agency. And we stayed at a house in Texarkana, and he was up, and I'm a morning person, and I'm up early, and he was up streaming and battling and all these TikTok things that I don't know about. I don't know what's going on, but he actually is living, breathing proof of what you can do when you put your mind to something. He and his business partner and his wife have done some amazing things on TikTok, and I'm going to let him share some of that with you. But it's so important that you listen to him about content, because whether or not you're on TikTok right now does not matter. What matters is making good content and understanding how TikTok works with video content, because as you all know, we're developing our own video content platform, and that will be live later this year. And so it's going to be very important that you're building content in travel, lifestyle, and entertainment, so that when our video platform goes live later, you're going to be able to monetize it with all of the Bright Life members and create content for you that will drive traffic to Bright Life through your link and through your videos and through your content, but also help you today understand TikTok and the algorithm and how it works, and some tips for success. And so please help me put sevens in the chat, because I know you guys are excited to hear this, because he's going to teach you a ton of stuff that I don't know and I don't understand. I want to take notes and listen to this guy. He's also going to be hitting massive ranks in Bright Life, like I said, with his business partner and his wife. They've already put in a ton of sales this week. He's had me on 3 ways with some of the biggest influencers on TikTok, one of the biggest in Mexico, hundreds of thousands of followers we've already gotten and signed up this week. So please give it up for my good buddy, Wes number 2 today, Wes Brainerd. Thank you so much, Wes, for being on here and giving some of your time today and taking time away from your family. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Wes. Yeah, guys. So As you know, I own one of the top talent agencies. It's called Swave. And how it all started was I got on a platform. It was called Meet Me. And I seen all these people live streaming. I'm wondering, like, what is this? So I seen all these gifts happening, and then people were sending gifts, and so I ended up going live. My first live, I think I made like a $200. I literally thought it was a scam. I was like, "There's no way that I just made $200 just from live streaming." I ended up becoming top 10 out of 500 million people. And then I switched. I seen that TikTok was starting to get a huge. Everyone was joining TikTok, because it used to be a lot of the younger generation, and now everyone is on there. And so I switched over to TikTok, and I brought my buddy Wes. I'm like, come over here with me. Let's go see if we can make it happen. So then I had a lot of different agencies reaching out to me. There was only, I think, 30 agencies at the time. And I didn't know what an agency was, didn't understand it. And so I ended up, signing up to try to become an agency, wasn't hearing anything back. So I flew to LA, just on a limb, had no money. I was flat broke, and ended up making some connections there. I came home a month later. They hit me up. We started the program. Now we're up to over 3,000 creators where we help people worldwide. I have 19-year-olds literally making 50 grand a month. People are crushing it. And so the most important thing about content creation is to be able to find trends before, as soon as they happen, right? And then all you have to do is turn around, do the same exact video, but just make it your own thing, and then use the same hashtag and the same songs that they're using to be able to boost you out. That's why you see a lot of people where they've been on TikTok for years, but they're at the same following. It's because they're not following the trends to be able to get pushed out, because your algorithm, wherever you start your page, is where you're going to be pushed out to. So if you are focusing on travel, then you need to follow all the pages that talk about travel. Then go down to the list, find their top 5 videos of the newest videos that they have. Then use that, and then start to copy that. And once you do that, it will start to push you out. Now, there's a link on there that you can click to be able to promote your live. So once you go and you create a video on TikTok, you can use the promote to push you out. Then you will go live, and you will have everyone in your live to go comment on the video. That's going to push you out further to the For You page, which is going to cause you to go viral, which is going to cause you to be able to have tons of leads, people coming in from all over. And, that's why I have been able to grow faster than all the other agencies.
Hey, what? Really quick, will you tell them where those buttons are, and like walk them through that little hack that you just shared, because it's so good? And I don't even know where all those buttons are. So will you walk them through really quick and tell them what you just shared about how to do that? Because I guarantee you there's someone here that missed that. So huge.
Absolutely. So at the very bottom of your screen, when you get on TikTok, there's a little plus sign, and that's how you go live. So now, in order to be able to go live, you have to have at least 800 followers. So with my agency, if any of you guys are in here right now and you want to start live streaming to bring more people on to Bright Life, if you guys just message me on TikTok, my handle is Wes_Wave. You're going to send me a message, and I'm going to be able to add you and get your account unlocked. So that way that you're able to start going live and getting traction. Now, once you go live and you click the live button, there's going to be 3 lines. You're going to click that. There it is. Yeah, so it's in the chat. You're going to click the 3 lines, and then you're going to click promote. Then it's going to give you a list of the age group that you want, the city that you want, whatever your niche of people that you're wanting to attract. You can put that in there, and you pay. Sometimes it's like $100. Sometimes you can pay $50, depending on how many views that you're wanting. And that's going to push you out to the For You page, which is going to get all the people that you are trying to get to follow you. And then also, the most important thing is a link tree in your bio. So you can create a link tree on your app, and you can put it in your profile. And then the first link, you can put Bright Life. So that way, when you guys are going live and you're pushing out to the For You page, when you're live, you're telling everybody, click this link, guys. I want to show you what Bright Life has to offer, because all these people that are coming in because of travel, because that's the content that you have started posting. And don't wait to start posting. Start posting now so that you're way ahead of the curve. So that way, when they launch, around May or this summer, you guys are way ahead of the curve, and you're going to be able to smoke everybody because you're able to reach so many more people, right? You're not trying to sell anything. You're just talking people into what they already want. Everybody wants to be a part of something big, a community that looks after you, that cares for you, that wants to see you win, that's family oriented, God oriented. You know what I mean? So this is that. And so use those tools. And what was the other thing? So whenever you're making your content, you don't have to go out of town to be able to go find these exotic places, exotic houses, cars. You can literally make a slideshow. You can go on Google. You can make a slideshow. You can screenshot each picture. And then once you screenshot the picture, you're going to make that into a video where they can slide and they can look at the best places in the world to travel to. And then at the end of the slideshow, it can be a picture of Bright Life and a link that they can click on and take them straight to Bright Life and then see what all you guys have to offer. And that is one of the most fastest ways to get people, because or it could be a funny meme. You can post a funny meme, which is going to cause people to have your attention, and then you're giving them game and knowledge. And that's how you will start to grow super fast. So one of my top creators, his name is Santos. I introduced him yesterday. He's about to join Bright Life. And when he joined Swave about 7 months ago, he had about 40,000 followers. He had just started TikTok. Now he's almost at 1 million followers. His last month, he made 50 grand. And I'm like, dude, this is the most perfect opportunity in the world, because all he does is travel, right? He travels all over. And so now we're going to, use him to be able to film this content and show you guys how to do it. So if you guys need any information, any ways to be able to really grow, all you guys have to do is message me on TikTok, and I will get you set up so that you can really start to elevate and take it to the next level.
Awesome, bro. Well, really quick, so I got a couple of questions. If you could talk to them about, you talked about finding trends and how to find things that are popular, see things that are going viral. And then you talked to me about some of that, where if I have a video that does well, repost it, reshare it. So can you talk about a couple of those things, about how you find the trends or how you see what's going viral, and then how to repost it or reshare it so that you can make your own and get the views versus just reposting somebody else's video? Can you walk them through that?
Absolutely. So if you guys just repost other videos, they're not going to do anything. So the algorithm is based upon the likes of the videos that you like. So that's why obviously when you start to click on stuff, it's going to bring up other videos like that. So all you have to do is go to the search tab that's at the very top. You're going to type top travel destinations. You're going to write that in, and then you're going to like all those videos. Now, once you start scrolling on the For You page, it's going to be all the top pages on TikTok of traveling. And then you're going to go to their top viewed video of the recent video. And then you can actually copy that link. So at the very bottom of the screen, there's going to be 3 dots. You're going to click that. And then you can take that to Snaptik. So you can copy that link. You can take it to Snaptik. So then you don't even have to create any videos. You can use videos that are already booming. And then you can copy the link and take the watermark off the video on Snaptik.com. So write this down, guys, Snaptik.com. So once you copy the link, and it'll be at the 3 dots, and it'll click copy link. You're gonna take that, you're gonna go to Snaptik.com, and you're gonna copy that link into this little bar. Then you're gonna download that video onto your phone. Once you download that video on your phone, you can take it to Facebook, and then you can post that as your own video. So you don't have to think about ideas. You don't have to come up with new trending things. You can literally use their video for traveling, post it as your own on Facebook, and you will blow up. That's how I was able, I think in 3 months, I gained 13,000 followers on Facebook just from using other people's content that was already posted for traveling, about God, all different types of things like that. So to me, that's one of the fastest ways to grow your other pages. Now, you can't do that with TikTok because you can't take a watermark off. Once you post a video, there's a watermark on TikTok and you can't do it. And also, when you go to film, say you find, you're going on vacation and you love everything, do not film the video on TikTok, because if you do, then it'll automatically have the watermark, and then you can't use that for the other platforms unless you put it on Snapchat. I was trying to read what they were saying.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, and so Sam just posted Snapchat in the comments. So that's going to be one of your biggest tools to be able to grow Instagram. So you can use it on Instagram and Facebook to be able to take the watermark off and then to be able to post.
Okay, so really good tips there. So what about finding the videos that are so popular right now? Like really finding out about what's trending and how to find the videos that are really doing well. Where should they go to try to stay ahead of that curve like you talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. So all you have to do, depending on what you're wanting, you just search top trending videos. Literally at the very top, you're going to type top trending travel videos, and it's going to give you all the top trending videos. And then once you click theirs, a lot of times the people that are liking their things are in the same niche as them. So then you can go through the likes and the comments and the shares, and you'll see their profile picture to be able to know, oh, this person is doing the same exact thing. You're going to click that, and then you're going to go to there. But like I said, once you start liking those videos, they're just automatically going to come up on your For You page. So you don't have to go look for it because it's already trending, because that's what the algorithm is going to push out to you. So also make sure that when you guys start a TikTok, your first video is the most important. That literally determines whether your account is going to take off or not take off. So if your niche is traveling, which it, obviously should be, and it can be a mixture too, but you got to stay on the topic, because if not, it'll mess up the algorithm and then it'll be hard to get it back. But once you post that, what you want to do, your first video is to make something a little bit, what would I say, controversial. Not necessarily have to do with politics or anything like that, but even just, what the top trending destination is and why it's not, and you don't think that it is. That's how you get people's attention to be able to go viral. So the more controversial you are, the faster you're going to grow, and the faster that you're going to grow. And then you're going to be able to really leverage that to be able to start posting all the content that you truly like and that you're interested in. Because one way that we were able to grow so fast is because we were renting out, some of Wes's places. We were renting out mansions in LA, and we were bringing exotic cars, and we would have, people shooting out fire, and everybody. When we really took off is when we started to film everything that we were doing, because everybody was getting FOMO and wanted to be a part of it. Well, this is going to be this is one of the biggest communities now, and it's going to continue to grow, and everybody's going to want to be a part of it. So you got to get all the highlights that you get from these events and post them as content. And that's going to be the fastest way. And you can literally just go around, film the entire events that you guys are going to go to through Bright Life, whether it's in Vegas, where it's Bali, wherever you guys are going. And then you can use that and do clips and cut each clip out from your video. And then that's how you will be able to start posting reels that will start going viral, and you'll be able to grow super fast. And that way you don't have to come up with, because the hardest part is coming up with new ideas all the time. Like, it's very hard. So as long as you're just filming your life, you don't have to think about the content. You are the content. Every day that you wake up, what you're eating, what you're drinking, where you're going that day, what gym you're working out, the workouts that you're doing. Like, people are interested in all that. And that's how you have to look at social media and TikTok. You have to look at it like a diary. Even when you get good thoughts or something, just pull your phone out and start talking. And immediately people will start to follow you, and they'll want to join what you're a part of. What about asking people where they wanted to go and show them what they can go to. What about people asking where they wanted to go and show them? I don't know what you mean by that. Yes, that's a great
They were
idea.
talking about trying to get people talking about their bucket list, but the problem is interacting like that with comments and questions and interviews. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of that on TikTok. You know, I mean, it
Right.
would be better to promote whatever your list is and make a video about each one of your bucket list destinations. I've seen some really good travel videos that have gone viral, and they've basically been like a, you know, kind of like, this is where I want to go. This is what's on my list. Or have you been to this place? Or have you seen this place? You can do research on these different destinations and do like a top 10 list of what you want to do in the Maldives, or a top 5 list, and make that your niche. You know, you got to get outside the box and get creative on some of your content and what you're doing.
Right.
And this is more about video. So it's not about getting people to comment and like Facebook is and like Instagram is. This is much more about getting videos to be shared, reposted, you know, and obviously liked because it's into them. But I've never even commented on a TikTok video. So
And not only that, but if you guys notice, when you go to search a destination that you want to go to, there's not many apps where you're able to go onto the app and the creator that you like is walking around the hotel, showing you all the cool things, showing you all the restaurants around there, showing you the top 5 beaches to go to, right? Like that is going to catch so many people's attention because there are no apps like that. You know, there's TikTok, but it's very hard to be able to search through all that and find what you want. So this is going to give you guys like that's all you're focused on is destinations, trips, events, you know, so it goes hand in hand of content creation and Bright Life. Like this is going to be one of the biggest things ever. You don't need to start a new TikTok unless you're doing a certain trend and it has nothing to do with that at all, or if you've been posting for years and your page hasn't done anything, then I would definitely suggest getting a new TikTok, and then finding those top 10 videos that are viral at that time, and then posting that to be able to go viral. Because once you go viral, it's very easy to stay viral, but it's just hard to break through that algorithm. But once you do, you'll be able to rock it.
they were asking about your Sam is responding to a lot of the chats. Thank you, Sam, by the way. Do you want to introduce Sam real quick?
Yeah. So
I mean, she doesn't have
with
to come
the
on. I know she's with the kids, but just tell everybody about your amazing wife, because they're going to be seeing her, you know, as you guys are ranking up. So
Yeah, so she has been, running companies for over 20 years, network marketing. She's done it all. So she's the business behind everything. She does all the numbers, she does everything. So I'm the one that brings everyone on, and then she handles the business. She's ran multiple companies. And yeah, she's absolutely amazing. She's from Bronx, New York. We've been married for over 2 years now. We've been together for over 5 years. We have 5 children. And Sam is absolutely incredible. She's a public speaker. She speaks at events. She does all types of stuff. So she's amazing.
So thanks, Sam, for helping out in the chat. And they were somebody asked, it's about going live. So you can obviously start doing all these things that he's talking about, except for that very first thing that he mentioned about going live. You have to have 800 followers to do that. But if you will add Wes, and he put his handle for TikTok in the chat, Sam can put it in there again. But if you add him and message him and then say, hey, put me on your agency, he can bypass the restriction to allow you to go live. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's better to definitely get on there and get moving. But he was able to get me live on there as well. And so I just got on TikTok recently, and so he's been helping me out with that. And so you can start sharing videos that do all of these things that he's talking about. You just can't go live until you have 800 followers, or unless you're sponsored by an agency, which he is an agency. So he can try to help with that. So if you'll add him and then send him a message, he can try to get your going live restriction lifted. And so another thing on here that I was going to see if you could talk a little bit about, Wes, because obviously we're doing travel and lifestyle. And those videos are very popular on social media anyway. I mean, travel and lifestyle, like you said, is really the thing that helped you guys get traction in the beginning when you were doing your retreats and stuff. And so can you give them some content filming tips on like angles, how to do it, if you're doing a selfie, if you're doing a tripod, if you're, like what kind of content when you're doing that stuff really is effective? Because I've seen you with all your gadgets and all your stuff. So can you walk them through a little bit of that?
Yeah. So if you guys look right here, I have multiple, tripods. I have, this is where the iPad goes. So if you're filming yourself, you can do action mode. So that way, when you're walking and you're moving, the video is still, and it's right on the side of your phone. If you have a new iPhone and you just click action mode, and that way that you're not all shaky and everything. Because the biggest thing to be able also to go viral is, say when I'm filming a video, if I just jump on here and say, hey guys, what's going on? It's not going to get a lot of attention. But if I come in and I open the door and I'm like this, that gets people's attention. And so you want to have things that distract, but also that holds and captivates people in that regard. Also, the best way too is to not be holding your phone, obviously, to get someone else to record you walking, and and so that would be the biggest thing for me is, to always have something that gets people's attention immediately. Like when you start the video, if you're like, hey guys, well, today they're all people's attention span is going like they're already swiping out, because there's thousands of videos. So you want to be like, hey guys, what's going on? Like that's why most of my videos are like that, because it gets people's attention immediately, and with that, I would say definitely find you someone that can, that can video you and you just talk and use it the other way, not your front camera, but your back camera, because the quality of the back camera is a lot better than the front camera. And the better the quality is, the better that the video is going to do. Now, also with my agency, we're able to get you studio access as well. So what that does is you're able to have multiple different split screens, so that if you were on live and you guys were doing a presentation, you were able to split the screens up so that you can, do your presentation and show everything that you're doing, numbers, whatever you're trying to do. And that will make you hold a lot more people in your lives as well.
So he mentioned back camera. Your back camera is your selfie camera. So this is the back. This is the front. This camera is 10 times better than the camera on the selfie. And so this is the back, your selfie camera. And that's why he's saying don't film selfies. Use a tripod or get somebody to film it. And then one of the other things that I heard you when you were coaching one of your creators the other day is you talked about how fast they need to get somebody's attention. And you were doing a whole training and talking about how many seconds. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, you have to so with me, when I'm recruiting and I'm getting people to sign up, it's like I'm usually on TikTok. Now, everybody doesn't have to do this if you're not recruiting. For me, I'm recruiting, so that's how I do. But I talk very fast. I'm like, hey, guys, what's going on? My name is Wes. I'm the owner and founder of Swave Social. And what I do, I'm able to get your account unbanned if you get banned. And I talk really fast because it gets people's attention and it gets them to listen. And a lot of times, if you've noticed that the biggest streamers in the world, it seems like they're always screaming. Like when they're getting gifts, they're like, let's go, and that's because that's how you hold people's attention, because they're wondering, what is this crazy dude on here screaming for? Why is he yelling? Why is he so hyped? And then they're going to stay. The longer that people stay in your live, the more that it pushes it out to the For You page, which causes people to start to flood in. And the longer they can stay in, the more it pushes you out, and that's how you're able to obtain a lot of people. So on TikTok, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. You can have 1 million followers and literally have 2 people in your live. And you can have 800 followers and have thousands of people in your live. So practice talking is good. Yes, absolutely. Practicing talking is it's huge. And it's one of the biggest things to be able to get you pushed out to the For You page. And, the biggest thing for me, and that I think is, those videos is so about 5 to 10 minutes before you go live, before you hit the live button, you're going to post a video. Once you post that video 10 minutes before, that's kind of like a blast, which means that just like when you go on Facebook and you write, hey guys, we're about to have this meeting, we need everybody to be there, everyone comes in. It's the same way on TikTok. 10 minutes before you make that video of traveling or whatever it is that you're going to post, then once you go live, you're going to tell every person that's coming into your live to go comment on that video, like and share. That's going to push the video out further to the For You page, which is going to cause more people to start to flood into your live, which is going to give you way more leads. So I used to be happy when I would sign, 5 people. I would get a little booklet, and every time I would sign a person, I would write it down. I would just put a 1. Then I want to sign 2. And I remember I used to be so pumped that I would get 5 people. I'm like, man, I'm the best. Nobody's better than me. I thought I was the man. And now I'm signing hundreds of people a day. I can go live right now and sign 100 people because I've learned the algorithm. I know how it works, and I know how to get people's attention. And that's all you have to do is just make the video 10 minutes before, go live, and then get everyone to go comment, like, and share on the video. It doesn't matter if it's, good or bad what they're talking, even if they don't like you, and that's another thing too. People that are hating on you, people that are talking bad in the comments, do not block them. Don't get rid of them. Those people are the people that are making you go viral, whether good or bad. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand because people don't like hate. I try to see how many more haters I can get a day so that I can get bigger and bigger, because these people that don't like you are the first people to watch you and comment. Those people that like you, they'll just sit back and they won't say anything. They'll just watch you. They won't like it. They won't share it. They won't do nothing. But people that can't stand you, they can't wait to go comment on your video and tell you how they don't like you. So that's definitely the biggest tip too. Don't let people get to you when you start to grow, when you start to build, right? Because a lot of times people just get jealous when you're showing your lifestyle, but you're not here to make people jealous or angry or upset. You're here to show them what's possible by joining Bright Life and be able to go to all these exotic, amazing places all over the world because the community is so big. And they're also able to do that once they see you doing that. So, yeah.
Awesome. This is so good, man. So good. You're so good at this. And it's crazy because a lot of times we forget, because you and I do these things all the time. And so it's just second nature to us. But as these people are learning different ways to build their business and market Bright Life and, build their brand and build their reputation and their following on social media, these skills are so valuable, so valuable. Does anybody else have any questions? I saw we've tried to answer all the questions that have popped up in the chat. And Sam's been in there answering questions and sharing links, and we've had people pouring in throughout this entire session. One of the other things that I think really shows that the three ways that we do the third-party validation, because I notice you do that with your creators as well. Like, you're getting people on the phone, you're introducing them to each other. What do you think causes that to be so successful when people see other people having success, or you're introducing them to Santos and sharing his story? What about that psychologically are you seeing with people that's, causing them to get on board and get excited when you're sharing other people's successes with them?
Absolutely, because they're able to see, like, one of my success stories is Santos. He's only a 19-year-old kid. He just got out of high school. And he's from Mexico, so he had no money, nothing. And I would stay consistent with him. I'm like, bro, look, don't let the haters, because he would do a lot of controversial things with, like, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, don't let the hate get to you. Just keep going, and it's going to build you. And I promise you, if you stick with me, you are going to kill it. This last month, he made his first $50,000 in 1 month just from live streaming. And so that's why now all of those people, so I finally made him a manager. So when he went live, he was holding around 10,000 people in his live. And so we put the link in his link tree. His first 10 minutes, he signed over 400 people for Swave, which brought, why? Because they were seeing him traveling. They were seeing him riding around in luxury cars. They were seeing him, doing all these amazing, fun things, and that they want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And it's not a lot of people look at it as like being cocky or arrogant because you're showing your lifestyle. It's not to be, it's to show people that it's possible no matter what, no matter your age, no matter where you're from, no matter nothing. It doesn't matter. All it matters is just getting on here. And the most important about all of it is to be consistent no matter what. Even if you can't think of nothing to post, find something. I don't care if you see a bird outside, post the bird flying around, because people are waiting for you to post. They're waiting on your next post. They're waiting to see what you're going to do. And the more that you build your community, whether it's just one person, two people, the more that it will grow. And the more fun things that you do, the more fun things that and it could be literally just you guys all going on a picnic and you're showing your community and you all guys are just having a picnic sitting by the lake. People want to be a part of that. Every single person in the world wants to be a part of something, and especially if it's great. And the more that you build and the more that you show off what you guys are doing, the more that you're going to take off.
Well, and there's some questions coming in, but I wanted to highlight two very important things. Number one, the social proof that you mentioned with Santos. And we're trying to talk to people about why they need to use third-party validation, why they need to have testimonials. We've gone to using live testimonials in our Zooms weekly because we're trying to reiterate that people are wondering if this works. Does this work? Yeah. Will it work for me? Can I do this? Those are the questions people are asking. And so I love that you're doing that because, I was listening to you talking to your creators when we were together, and you were telling everybody Santos's story. You're sharing the proof. You're sharing the message. You're making it real. And then, not only are you doing that, but you also just said something else that we really talk about a lot, and that's consistency. It's so hard to get something going and get real growth if you're sporadic. If you work a little bit one week and you do something this week, but then you take 2 weeks off, or you get on the Zooms this week, but then you take a couple weeks off, and you do a live meeting 1 week and then you take a couple months off or a couple weeks off. And it's just so hard for people to really plug in and engage. And you're also training your subconscious. So consistency is so important. I think we talked about the Paul brothers the other day when we were together. When Jake Paul and Logan Paul started on YouTube, there's a bunch of videos of them talking about this. That nobody was watching them in the beginning. They were posting content every day. And like you said, it didn't matter, but they created content every day. And then eventually it started to grow and they started to get traction, but they make fun of it. Like their early videos, they were so stupid. They didn't even have anything. They were just literally like inventing stuff to talk about. But because they were consistent and they posted content all the time, and they did it religiously. They didn't, do it 1 week and then not do it, because you're not going to ever get anybody to really believe that you're serious if you're sporadic, right? I mean, it would be like if you loved your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend sporadically. It's like, well, I'm going to love you this
every now and then.
We're not just, when it's convenient. Like every couple of weeks, I'll love you or I'll pay attention to you, but I'm not going to pay attention to you, for the next couple of weeks, and it's like, I see people, they do the work and then they get discouraged or they get some negativity or they get some rejection, and then, they take a week off or they take 2 weeks off and then they kind of jump back in. And,
or they do really good and then they take a break because they got a few, leads. Yeah. They got a few people to sign up and now they're happy. Like that's why you see Jake Paul and Logan Paul still doing their thing, because they're still posting and being consistent like they were when they were 18. They haven't slowed down at all, and that's why their wave hasn't slowed down at all. Anytime I have people that I'll immediately know whether they're going to be successful in live streaming or not just by their breaks. Once they get a little bit of money and a little bit of fame, and then they disappear for a week, when they come back, they're back to where they were when they first started. And then they're sad and now they're upset because they feel like people don't want to watch them. I'm like, it's not that. You were rolling and then you gave up. And not necessarily you gave up, but you took a break. And I don't want to be like that, but there ain't no time for breaks. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get it, because people are watching you and they're waiting you, and you have to look at your page of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as your own TV channel. And once that show is not on, what is someone else going to do? They're going to turn the channel and go to the next show because you're not there. They're going to go with someone else that is there. So that's why you have to continue to be consistent. Consistency is the biggest thing on social media. For sure. And in life in general as
I
well.
mean, and this is the thing. This is what I tell people every week. We talk about consistency, and I love hearing it from you, and I love seeing it, because like I said, we were up early the other day. You were already streaming. You were already doing Zooms. You were already doing calls. You were already getting people on the phone and, battling and all. I mean, and you're having a massive amount of success. It would be so easy for people that start having success, like you said, to let up and to not, and to not be pursuing other income streams. That having multiple streams of income is important. That's why you're going to be crushing Bright Life in addition to building this massive agency that you're building. You understand that. And so I love that you share that with your people and you create that same kind of culture. And so I love your passion and your energy because it's contagious, and people want to be around it. And so there were a couple of other questions that just came in. Yeah, if you're not on TikTok yet, you definitely should get on. Right now, you can't download it, unfortunately. That will probably change very soon. But if you already do have it, these are obviously tips for that. But all of this content tips that he's giving you, you can use them on Facebook. You can use it on Instagram. I mean, a couple of the features are a little bit different, but you can do some of these same things on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media in general. And you shouldn't be selling, like he's saying, you're just sharing life. It's called social media, not
Being social.
So be social. And, you shouldn't be selling. You should just, figure out what you want your niche to be. And when you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, you shouldn't be selling. So no, you shouldn't be posting just about travel or just about Bright Life. You need to be including the typical social media post too, your kids, your family, what's going on,
Exactly.
Stay away from the controversial topics. Like he mentioned, it creates, divisiveness. You can get traction with trending topics without having to get controversial, and
Absolutely.
so those are some other tips there and some other questions. But man, this has been so good, bro. I mean, you're so good at this and you're a natural, and I know that you're going to be crushing Bright Life as well. And so this summer in Vegas, we're going to have you at our Vegas event. So it's official. Wes is going to be one of the first. He's the first guest speaker that we've announced for our convention in May. So he's going to be speaking on TikTok and your brand and social.
And my wife, she'll be there speaking as well.
And Sam's going to be there too. So and so they're going to be there in Vegas this summer. They're going to be speaking to you. And so you're going to learn a ton more from them, and you're going to see them climbing up the ranks as well. And so we're honored to have them here and for them to be part of the family. And like I said, it's a total God thing, how we met and how we connected. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. And there's so many of these stories for Bright Life that, I could literally sit here for an hour with you and tell you all the crazy things that have happened because God's allowed it to happen. And we've had these things that have just, if it wouldn't have been for divine intervention, you couldn't even explain some of the different things. And so of all the Airbnbs in Dallas, of all the places they could have been, anybody on my team could have checked them in, but it happened to be somebody that knew about my background and what I did and got their names. And we're not even there all the time when people check in. In fact, most of the time we're not. So just the way we met and the way we connected and what I know we're going to be building, and you guys are going to love Sam as well. She's incredible. And also Wes's partner, his business partner, whose name is also Wes. So you will have the trifecta of Wes's in Vegas this summer, working with you on this content. And so thank you, bro, so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
And
thank y'all for having me.
Pouring into our people. And we're going to this has been recorded, so we're going to post this up on the Bright Life YouTube channel immediately. It'll be up today, so share this with your team. And Wes is going to be in the Bright Life groups. So if you guys have questions and stuff, you can post them there or message him there. And then all of you that are on TikTok and have it already downloaded, follow him on TikTok and then shoot him a message if you want him to try to get your live streaming ability, the ban on that lifted, so he can help you out with that. And Sam is great as well. So thank you so much. Again, let's see here. Everybody's just giving you. Oh, Denson posted. Did you see that? Wes's way. I love that. No. You have to send that to us. Do you see it in the chat?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I
So
love that.
it's a
That's great.
lot of Wes's here. So
A lot
it's
of
so
lessons.
crazy. So God is
That
good,
is so good.
guys. That's for sure. We're blessed, and it's gonna be a fun ride. By the way, we had a massive sales week, like I said, and we are growing right now. We are on track to hit that 25,000 member mark. If we keep our growth up right now, we're going to do 25,000 members this year. We're going to be the fastest growing direct sales company in the world. I mean, we are making noise. People are paying attention. I'm getting calls from leaders. You know, my business partner and the people that we do business with are getting calls about Bright Life. People are talking about us. They're wanting to get involved with what we're doing. The sales are pouring in. I think it was our biggest sales week ever this week. Definitely, again, Thursday, Friday, huge with all the live events that are going on in Memphis and Texarkana and around the country. People that are doing live events are winning big with Bright Life. And don't forget, we're gonna be watching the Super Bowl tomorrow night. So we will have our Sunday night events postponed until Monday, and then we'll go back to our regular corporate schedule next Sunday. We will not have a corporate update call on Monday. So enjoy the game this weekend. Recruit, recruit, recruit. Turn it into a Bright Life Super Bowl party. Instead of showing, Kendrick Lamar or whatever at halftime, show the Bright Life presentation at halftime. That'll pay them instead of costing them 15 minutes of their time. So you guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much, Wes. Love you, bro. And Sam as well. We'll see you guys on the next Zoom, on the next training Monday night. Have a great weekend. Go Chiefs. God bless.